Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, Orcs Magic, and it's Jordan here, and for today's video we are bringing you a special piece of content. This is in collaboration with working with MTG Youngmage, Breakfast with Nerds, and MTG Me, of which we are taking the intro decks for the Hour of Devastation, and we are going to highlight some upgrades you can make to them, either via trading or various other pack openings that you will have, and what can you add to these decks to make them slightly competitive. Now, because there's going to be four of us, we're going to have probably four very different takes on the matter. So at the end of the video, I highly recommend you go to the description box and check out their videos and see what they've done differently. So, some rules for the deck building. We all agreed that we had to keep the unique cards, which is the cards that are created especially for the Planeswalker decks have to stay in the deck. Whether you want to move them to the sideboard, your choice, because some of them are a bit janky, but anyway, we go with it. So, the first Planeswalker intro deck we are going to look at is Nissa Genesis Mage. She's a 7-drop Planeswalker with a sweep ramp ability on her +2. On her -3, she obviously pumps up a creature quite heavily, which is really sweet, especially if you have a creature with trample. And at -10, you get to look at the top 10 cards of your library and put any number of lands or creatures onto the battlefield, and the rest go onto the bottom of your library. Now, in a creature heavy deck, which is what this thing is, it is very sweet. You could effectively swarm your board quite nicely. So, moving on to the other unique cards that Nissa has in her deck, we have, to begin with, we have Avid Reclaimer, which is a mana dork for 3 mana. It's 2/2 and it taps to add blue or green to your deck, and if you control a Nissa Planeswalker, you get 2 life. We then have Bramble with Behemoth, which is a 6/6 for a 6 CMC, and it comes with upside of having trample. Our final unique card to the deck is Nissa's Encouragement, which is 4 and a green, sorcery speed, search your library and graveyard for a card named Forest, a card named Brambleheath Behemoth, and a card named Nissa Genesis Mage. Reveal those cards, put them into your hand, and then you shuffle your library. So, benefit with this is you're getting 2 of them, so effectively if you do ultimate Nissa, or if she's in the bin for whatever reason, you can go get her twice, which is really sweet. So, what did we do with the deck list? The deck list looked pretty straightforward, lots of creatures, lots of various things like that. I pretty much removed some of the win conditions. I wanted to ramp in quite hard and heavy and get us some more value out of the creature base. So we immediately dropped Feral Prowler, Angler Drake, Ambuscade, and 6 Forests. Reason for this is that Feral Power is it's got a dive to draw us a card. Angler Drake is quite high on the curve and it's not really doing much. And Ambuscade is removal, which isn't too bad, so I have moved it to the sideboard for this. And I felt we were quite heavy on forest, and I'm going down a desert theme. So, what we have traded in for, we have increased the bounty of the Luxor up by 1, so there's now going to be 2 in the deck. Reason why is that it's a sweet enchantment, which either will ramp you into more mana, or you get to draw a card from it. So it's something that you certainly want to be playing over, I would say, a creature on a stick, which can be removed quite easily. And then I go down my Desert Synergy by having Hour of Promise. Now, with Hour of Promise, it is a high converted mana cost spell, of course, but it allows us to go searching for any 2 lands. Now, the reason why that's important is, of course, the end of the card is that if we have 3 or more deserts on the field, we get some zombies, which is really sweet, which is what we're trying to aim for. But worst case scenario, if we already have quite a few deserts out, we can go fetching for our woodland streams, which are still in the deck, or we can just go get some basics. So these are all really good ways of ramping up even higher. We then are running a Majestic Myriarch. Reason why we're running one of this is that it's good finisher. We do have a decent creature base on the board, and it is getting quite large in its power and toughness, and we do have a few keyword abilities floating around on our other creature base, which will give it some sweet little combos with flying and trample of that nature. Our final addition in terms of creature is we have 2 random map Hydras. Reasons why these are sweet creatures, benefit if you've got deserts in the graveyard or if you have a desert on the board. It gets bigger as it goes and it is really, really strong and powerful. It's kind of some way where you want to go if you are ramping strategy quite nicely. You want to get this out there. So as I've been talking about Desert Synergy, we are running 2 off of Hashep Oasis. Benefit with this is that it does come in untapped for colourless, or we can pair life and get green, and late game we can do 1 and 2 green, tap it and sacrifice a desert, including itself, and the target creature will get +3/+3 until the end of turn. So effectively with our trample creatures we can get in for nice big damage. Then we also run 4 off Desert of the Indomitable. Now this does have the disadvantage of entering tapped, but it's not a bad turn 1 play, but we can also cycle, and with having the Ramanep Hydra on the field, we also do get a bonus for having a desert in the graveyard, so it can be a little bit of a combat trick if you are using it that way. As I said, we are having a sideboard, because the deck doesn't come with one, so I have effectively added in 1 unsummon to make it up to a nice even number of 4. We then also run Countess package in terms of using Essence Scatter for the creature removal and Negate to hit everything else. The Ambuscades, as I said from earlier, have been moved into the sideboard. This is another good sweet removal. And then we have 2 more Reasons to Believe. Benefit with this is that for 1 blue we get to scry 3, and then with the Aftermath side for 5 mana we get to put the top card of our library, if it's a creature card, onto play. So benefit with that is that you can ramp out a big creature for cheaper. And the last set of cards we have in the sideboard is Hazel Pollen. The reason why I've got that there is for the early aggressive strategies where you can fog them. You can also use it as a cycle for extra draw strategies in game 2 and 3, so it works out rather sweet. So as I said, this has been my video and my take on the Planeswalker intro deck. I highly recommend that you do jump over to the other guys' channels and check out what they have done, and please check back very soon for our Nicol Bolas Planeswalker intro deck. I have been your host, Jordan from Orcshead Magic, signing off. Thank you for watching the video. Please remember to hit that like button, it supports the channel for free. Also subscribe, and remember, if you don't want to miss any videos, hit the bell icon right next to the subscribe button. Thank you for watching again, goodbye.